Hello guys, my name is Eric Patterson from DevOps Easy Learning. Today I will walk you through into what we call the Jenkins job build walkthrough, right? So I will take you into the build and show you basically what's going on. So let's quickly go and jump on the terminal. Not the terminal, but on the Jenkins UI. Now, this is the DevOps Easy Learning Jenkins server. So let's go, for example, on this folder here. And let's pick a job like this job here. Now, this is the job, then you have build, right? This is the job, then you have specific build here. So let's pick a build here, or let's make a new build here. For example, launching one build here. And when this build is ready, we are going to go inside and try to dissect. So this is the build right here. You can click either on the build number here, or you can click on the date here to go ahead and get the build. So I will go ahead and click here. Now, this is like a couple of data that we have for the build, because sometimes the build fail and you want to know what's going on. Sometimes you want to do a couple of stuff. So here, the first element you will see here is the build status. That's basically like tell you the status of the build. As you guys can see here, the build here has passed. If the build fail, you will see that the status, this is red as failure, right? Or is the build, for example, was unstable, you also see the status here as unstable. It gives you the build number and it tells you exactly when the build happened. On this left right hand side here, it tells you how long it took for the build. For example, here it says 34 seconds, right? Started 34 seconds ago, sorry, and it took 6.5 seconds to go ahead and get the build. Now you have here changes, for example. So that's just like the change in between, but this is just like a single build. You won't be able to see any change because there haven't been any change so far. Now, but if I go, for example, on GitHub, where I know the code for the build, for example, is there. So let's come down here and let's go on the on, it's called Jenkins series, for example, here, and I will update something here. Sleep 5, I will change that to probably sleep 10. Wait for 10 seconds. Let's apply that. Now, if I go back and make another build, say build now, we start the build. It's going to take 10 seconds for the build to complete. So when I get inside the build, as you guys can see, I am in dashboard, QA, Docker, and this is the build number 35 happening now. This is just telling you that it's being built right now. It's build number 35. We are on January 5th. This is the time. Be mindful that Jenkins, as you guys can see, this is my time here. I'm on 143, but because Jenkins used the UTC, right? The Jenkins time is actually UTC. So that's why you are seeing here, they're already at 7, and what we are seeing here, 1. Now, I can, it started 6.3 seconds ago, and we are going to wait how long it will take to get the job done. So it's actually trying to get the job. The job has passed. It took 55 seconds here. You see how they have changed. It took 55 seconds here to get the job done, right? It took 55 seconds here. And here also the status show you the changes, which is those same changes here. If you look at the detail here, if I come down here and right click on the detail, it's going to take me here and I can go to the commit to see all the change. So it went from sleep 5 to actually sleep 10 here. So that's where you see the changes here. We already covered that. So that's the change in between build, right? That's the change in between build. Now you have the console output, which is like the job log, right? The build number log, right? So that's the log of what happened. And each time you see plus, mean Jenkins run a command, you see here plus 10 because Jenkins run a command. Each time Jenkins run a command, it is plus, you will see plus. So, and also tell you here like running on Jenkins, meaning that it is actually, it tell you the executor that actually picked up the job. It is actually telling you here, for example, the repository that Jenkins is using, and below here is giving you everything. It is basically saying that there was actually a post build, meaning that there was a message that Jenkins sent, which is here at 1:44. So you see that Jenkins sent a message at 1:44, which is like a minute ago here. So that's good. That's all for the console output, right? You can see this, you can view this as plain text, right? Some people like don't like to see this format, so they basically want to see everything as a plain text because they can basically copy, right? Some people like to copy this, you can see it as a plain text, and basically that can allow you to easily go ahead and copy. You can edit the build information. Right here it is saying 35. Let's say this build is important for me. I want to save it. As a human being, we are not good until remembering numbers, because you can list 15 cell phone number in your cell phone, but you can at least list 50 people in your cell phone. So we can go ahead and edit here, and I will put the name. Let's just say here, uh, let's call this here Ansible, for example. You can even put a description here, right? I'll say do not delete, please, because you are not the only one using this. And I will apply and save. As you guys can see, now it changed here to Ansible. It was 35 before, it changed to Ansible. It also changed here to Ansible. If I go back here, you will see that it also changed here to Ansible. It's not more 35. So that's how you can go ahead and change the build name. I mean, the number is just the name that Jenkins assigned, but you can go ahead and override that. There's even a plugin that, not a plugin, but there's a way that you can do such a way that instead of putting the build number, Jenkins can output something else. It can be like a name or a name followed by, for example, the build number. Most of the time at work, the way people do is that they're going to configure this such a way that when you run, it will output the build number follow with your name. You can also delete a build. For example, I can decide to come down here and delete this. If I delete this, I will delete the build Ansible. As you can see here, the build Ansible is deleted, and unfortunately it's gone, right? Jenkins delete is delete. If you delete, it is gone. So let's play around with number 34 right now. So here, just like a git build data. I also show you like only like git stuff. It show you here, for example, like the revision here, which is the commit number, and it also show you the revision here, which is it show you the revision here, which is the commit number. It also show you the repository that is being used. If I click here, we open that repository, for example, on GitHub, and below here it show you the branch that's being used, right? Called the reference, right? The remote branch that you're being used, which is actually develop, right? Meaning that this actually come from develop, for example. It starts from stage, right? Now your job might have multiple stage, for example, and you can decide to restart from stage, for example. If I come down here, um, for example, unfortunately, this has one stage. Let's try to edit, for example, the Jenkins file, and let's add more stage, and let's see how restart from stage can basically help us, for example. So this is the Jenkins file here. I'm going to copy this Jenkins file, and then I will put on the VS Code page. It's my VS Code page. So let's go ahead and edit that. So right now it has only one stage. So let's try to create more stages. I'm just going to duplicate these stages. You have to be mindful that two stages cannot have the same name. So let me add 3 more stages. Then we will go ahead and change. So that one is build. Let's say here test. Let's say here push to Nexus. Let's say here push to Docker Hub. Have added few stages. So we have the build stage, the test stage, the push to Nexus, and push to Docker Hub stage, for example. So these are all the stages. So let's make it 1, 2, 3. So it's about 5 stages here. So I will go ahead and update my Jenkins file, and we'll be able to have more stages in Jenkins. So let's go back to Jenkins and give it another build. It's going to bring build number 36. When you delete the build, then you cannot, Jenkins cannot reassign the same number, right? That's why you say it jumped from 34 to 36 because there was a build here, number 36, which we change it to Ansible, then after it changed. Now it's gonna rock all the build. So we take things, it stands 5 seconds in between builds. So let's put all that. That's the last stage. The build was successful, so let's hit on build number 36, for example. Here it says restart from stage, right? As you can see here, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, right? This is like this is being output by Jenkins. This is the stage that Jenkins used to clone the code on GitHub. And this is like only the stage that, this is like for the post-build action. So basically our stage are these 4 stages here, right? Build, test, push to Nexus, push to Docker Hub. Now let's go to this number 36. I can replay, right? I can, let's say I can decide to replay this from push to Nexus, right? It will only replay from push to Nexus. So let's say something happened, I want to see what's going on. I can decide to replay from push to Nexus, and Jenkins will replay not from the beginning. It will get the beginning, but it will replay from there. See, it's replaying from here. It's replaying from here. So meaning that it was able to skip other stages and replay from where I want. And also, you can replay the entire build, right? If I click here, we replay the entire build, and this will also show you the Jenkins file that you are using, right? If I replay here, if you take a look here, this is my Jenkins file, right? And then I can even modify something at the runtime. So I can decide to change this one to like 5 seconds, change this to 5 seconds. So if you want to like, but this will not modify your Jenkins file on on GitHub, right? It will not mess up with your code repository, right? This is just for this portion here. So I'll put 5 here, then I can run. If I run this, build number 38 will run everything. But if you look at build number, if you look at another build that we did earlier, it actually cleared because we changed the step stuff. So it will take only 5 seconds because I put sleep 5, take only 5 seconds to run all this. So that's the difference between replay from stage and replay, right? And you can see the log. You can, if I come down here, I can click here to see the log of the stage only, right? If I come down here, I put my mouse on a stage, I'll be able to see the log of that stage. So let's go back. Now, pipeline step, this just show you the pipeline step, right? The different pipeline step, right? Start the pipeline, 6-second node block. These are just like different, like, different stages. And on every single stage, you can also see the console output, for example, of that stage. So this is just like the pipeline view. This is really handy, for example, when when you have like a long Jenkins file, right? It's very handy. So here, like for example, you see the argument here is just like the command, like sleep 5 on those. So this is very handy when you have a long Jenkins file. The workspace is basically showing you the location where this is happening. If I go back onto the server under var lib Jenkins workspace QA Docker, this is where actually this job is happening, right? I think I have the Jenkins console open somewhere, so I can cd, and this is a directory. I can cd here, and then if I say ls, you will see that all the file are here. The Jenkins file, the README, the text, that's the workspace, right? If I click here, you will see the same file. And where are these files coming from? These files are actually coming from the GitHub repository. So text, README, and Jenkins file. Those are where, that's a workspace where like all your file and directory, like all the file and directory that Jenkins is using is that, and you can view every single file from here, right? If you click, for example, README, you're going to view the README. If you click, for example, on the Jenkins file, you're going to see the Jenkins file here. That basically show you everything that is happening. For the text.txt, you will see this, so you can like see everything that is here, because that's a workspace like where your directory and file are located. So basically, when Jenkins clones something, it clones in the workspace. That's like the previous bill. It's like if you want to go from here to the previous bill, you can click here. It will take you to the previous bill, which is this. If I click again, it will take me to 32, 31, 30, 29, and you can go to the next bill. You can keep going, keep going. At some point, it will stop, right? Like right now, it stopped, right? At some point, it will stop because 38 is actually the last bill. So I hope you liked the video. That was just a quick rundown on Jenkins job build. See you in the next video. If you like it, go ahead and subscribe. If you have any question, go ahead and put it on the comment, then I will respond. Thank you very much for watching this video.